Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. This is Abdul Ghaffar Abbasi here to discuss very important topic, that is what is chemical equation and how to balance the chemical equation. So first of all, what is chemical equation? Chemical equation is used to represent a chemical reaction and is the short form of the chemical reaction. Chemical reaction can be represented by the chemical equation. So there are two parts of the chemical equation. One is the reactants, second one is the products. Reactants react with one another and then they will produce the products. Reactants are always at the left side of the chemical equation, left side of the arrow, and the products are at the right side of the arrow. So these are the two different parts of the chemical equation. Now the types of chemical equation. What are the types of chemical equation? There are two types of chemical equation. One is the word equation, second one is the symbolic equation. For example, look at here, sodium, sodium, sodium is reacting with chlorine and it will produce the sodium chloride. This above one is the word equation, and then 2NaCl2 2NaCl, this is called the symbolic equation. So what is difference between symbolic equation and word equation? There is only one main difference when we compare word equation with symbolic equation, and that is the in word equation there is we are unable to explain that how many atoms of sodium or chlorine are reacting and then they are producing the how much amount of the moles of or atoms of the sodium chloride. But when we go through this symbolic equation, like sodium, 2 atoms of sodium are reacting with Cl2 1 mole of chlorine, then they will produce the 2 moles of the NaCl. So in symbolic equation it is very much clear that how many atoms are reacting and how many products are formed. So this is the one of the very important difference. Now we are moving towards the very important topic, that is how to balance the chemical equation. So before we are going to balance the chemical equation, these are 7 important rules that must be understood, then you can balance the chemical equation. So number 1 is write the correct formula of the compounds. Then second one is that check the chemical equation. These rules one by one I will explain, and then we will have a practice on the balance the chemical equation, then it will be very much clear. Third is that rewrite the chemical equation, then take single element or first element and then balance it. Start to balance with small number like 2, 3, 4. You are not supposed to balance the chemical equation with like 5, 6, 7 number. You will start to balance with the chemical equation like from 2, 3, 4. Then place the coefficient, mean that number always before element or compound. Then last one is that you have to check the equation, and that will be the balance equation. So these are the rules which are very important to balance the chemical equation. Now we are moving to balance the chemical equation. Now say suppose this is the equation, KClO3 potassium chlorate that will be decomposed into KCl and oxygen. So as rule number 1 is that write the chemical equation, write the chemical formulas of the compounds correctly, they are correct. Now second rule is that check the chemical equation. So how you will check? You will check in this way, like how many atoms of potassium are there. So potassium 1. Then what about chlorine? That is 1 chloride. Then oxygen 3. Now you will write these elements in this same order at product side, like potassium 1, chloride 1, and then oxygen 2. So this is the way how to check the chemical equation. Now it is very much clear that this equation is unbalanced in oxygen. right? Now the third rule is that you have to rewrite the chemical equation again. So you have written the chemical equation again, the same equation. Now you will start to balance the chemical equation. How you will start to balance the chemical equation? As we have discussed the rules, take single element like K, potassium is 1, and here potassium is also 1, so it is balanced, leave it. Now chloride 1, so it is also balanced, leave it. Now what about oxygen? Oxygen is 3 here and oxygen is 2 here, so number of oxygen are less at the product side, so you will place the number here at product side. Like for example, we will write 2 here at this side. If we will place 2 here, so it will be 2 to 4, so 2 to 4, 2 multiplied by 2, that will be 4. And look at here, this is the oxygen, that is 3, so we cannot make it 4, so that is the reason we are writing here 3 here, 3 to 6 oxygen atoms, 3 to 6. Say suppose we are writing 2 here, so 2 3 6, oxygen will be 6, balance right now. But what about K and chlorine? So you will place 2 here, now they will be also balanced. So now last rule is that you have to check balance equation again. Now K, potassium is 2, chloride, that this 2 is for all the elements, this is also 2, and for oxygen that is 2 3 6. Now K, that will be 2, and then Cl, that will be also 2, and then oxygen 3 to the 6. So now when you go through the reactants and products, they are balanced. So now you have to write this balance here. So this is the way how to balance the chemical equation. Now we are moving towards another, like hydrogen is reacting with oxygen to produce water. Then how to check the equation, like hydrogen, 2 atoms of hydrogen, oxygen 2, then hydrogen also 2, oxygen is 1, so equation is unbalanced here in oxygen. We have to rewrite the equation again. Then we will start to balance from the first element, like hydrogen is 2, oxygen is 2, but oxygen is 4, oxygen is 1 here, so we will place the number here before the element or compound. So now what will happen? Oxygen will be 2, but hydrogen will be 4, so write the number, place the coefficient here. Hydrogen will be balanced, hydrogen will be right now 4, oxygen is already 2, so hydrogen will be 4, oxygen will be 2, so it is also balanced. Now the third equation, like this is the methane reacting with oxygen, and then it will produce CO2 and water vapors. Now you have to check the equation, like carbon 1, hydrogen 4, oxygen 2. In the same way, carbon 1, hydrogen 2, oxygen 1. So now you have to rewrite the equation again. Then you will start to balance from the first element, like carbon 1, it's balanced, hydrogen 4 here and hydrogen is 2 here, so just place 2 here, hydrogen will be 4. Now what about oxygen? It is 2 here, and what about oxygen here? 2 and 2 4, so just place 2 here, 2 will be 4. Now equation is balanced. Now carbon will be 1, hydrogen will be 4, and oxygen will be 4 also. Yes, same way, carbon will be 1 and hydrogen will be 4 and oxygen will be also 4. So this is also the balance equation. Now it is balanced. Then the last fourth one, carbon plus oxygen, it will produce carbon monoxide, and then carbon 1, oxygen 2, then carbon 1, oxygen 1. So rewrite the equation once again. Now start to balance from the single element, that is carbon 1, oxygen 2, but oxygen 1. So just place the number before the element or compound. So it is 2 here. Now what about carbon? It's also 2, so just place 2 here. Now it is balanced. Carbon is 2, oxygen is 2, and then this is the carbon 2, oxygen 2. It is balanced. Now the next equation, that carbon monoxide is reacting with oxygen and it will produce CO2 gas. Carbon is 1, oxygen is 2, plus 1 3. When there are 2 or more elements on reactant side or product side, so you have to take the sum of all elements and you will write in the one, like you will write the element in the one way or one form. Like hydrogen, one time you will write the element one time, not 2 or 3 times. So oxygen we will write one time here, and just we will add the atoms of oxygen, like 2 plus 1 3. Carbon 1, oxygen 2. Rewrite the equation once again. Now take single element like carbon 1, oxygen 1 plus 2 3, and oxygen is 2. So here the number of oxygen are less, so just we will place 2 here. So what will happen? Oxygen will be 4. Now just you will place the 2 here. Carbon will be 2 and oxygen will be 2 from here and 2 from here, 4. Now the equation is balanced. So now you will write the carbon 2, oxygen 4, and same here at the product side, carbon 2, oxygen will be 4. This equation is balanced. Then another equation like KNO3 and then KNO2, it will produce an oxygen. Just check the equation like K1 N1 O3, like K1 N1 O4. Now rewrite the equation once again. Then just start to balance from the single element, like K is 1 and K is 1, just leave it. Then N is 1, N is also 1, just leave it, it's balanced. Now oxygen is 3 here and oxygen is 2 plus 2 4 here. So for example, the number of oxygen is less at the reactant side, we are placing 2 here. Now oxygen will be 2 3 6. So when we write here 2, so it will be 2 2 4 and 2 6. So oxygen will be balanced. What about K and NO? It's also balanced. Now K will be 2, N will be 2, O will be 6, and K will be 2, N will be 2, and O will be 6. It's balanced chemical equation. Now it is balanced. Now second very important question which is coming in the paper, that just balance the chemical equation and write the type of chemical reaction which we have discussed in the previous lesson, that which type of reaction this one is. So this is the decomposition reaction, because one compound is decomposed into 2 different elements. So we will write decomposition. This is decomposition reaction we have to write. Then look at this equation. Here carbon monoxide is reacting with oxygen to produce CO2 gas. So this will be called as the, when oxygen is reacting, so this will be called as the combustion reaction. This is called the combustion reaction. Then the next reaction, this is also called the combustion reaction, because carbon is reacting with oxygen and it will produce CO2 and plus heat, that is combustion reaction. Then this is also combustion reaction. Hydrocarbon is reacting with the oxygen to produce CO2, water vapors, and the heat energy delta H. So this is also combustion reaction. Then this is the addition reaction, addition or combination reaction. Then this one is decomposition reaction. Then the next reaction is, so these are the all different type of chemical equation, and then we have discussed the how to balance the chemical equation, and then what is the type of the reaction. I hope you understood this topic. This is very important on the paper point of view. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.